Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe it and press the bell icon. And if you have already subscribed my channel, then thank you so much for doing that. In my today's video, we're gonna start with a very new lesson, and I have taken up the lesson from Class 8 English book SCERT, and the page number is 88. So the topic that we are dealing today is trapped. Okay, the topic itself says something about confinement, trick, deceive, okay, or to put ourselves in a kind of danger or a risk, that is trapped. Sometimes we tend to say, that you are in a trap now, so it's just kind of take us there. So if we have to talk about this story, the main protagonist that we have here is Amma. Okay, she's the main protagonist, as the story it revolves around her every time. That is why she is the main protagonist here. And as she lives in a very remote area, very remote village nearby jungle with her father. Okay, and one day her father had gone for a kind of pilgrims or a religious journey, for a journey, and she was alone at home. And the village that she was living in, they all were very scared of man-eating leopard, since that leopard had already killed few villagers there, and the villagers were very scared of that leopard. And unfortunately that day what happened is that since Amma was alone at home waiting for her father to return, at the time suddenly that leopard appeared in her room. It appears there, and what she did is that she silently went inside her room and she stood listening what was happening outside, what were the next move of the leopard. So as the leopard was very old, okay, and he had a very poor sense of smell, he could not sense well, he couldn't smell, and he couldn't see also, but he could perceive with his ear. He could listen well. Other than that, uh, he was he could listen well, but he couldn't see. At the same time, he couldn't smell. So that kind of thing that the leopard had, but he was outside. And what that leopard was doing is that he was slowly putting pressure on the door. Okay, he was putting pressure in the door, and he was trying to get inside the room. And since the girl, she was very small, she was very scared. Okay, even the whole villagers, they were so scared. And she was inside the room, she was shivering, she was literally shivering, and then what we call the sweats began to flow throughout her body. And then she she could taste her uh, sweat, and it was salty in taste, it was salt in taste, as you might have tasted your tears, no, it's salt, it's quite salty. So that same thing happened to her, the sweats were salty. And now she knew that the leopard will come inside her room and she is going to kill her for sure. Now she could hear the activities of the leopard as he was scratching the door, he was rearing up and down, and then he was trying to open the door, he was putting all his weight to get inside the room. And then now Amma thinks that, she, like, they really had a night like this before, when her father used to be there with her, but that leopard had never succeeded getting inside the home, getting inside the room. But today she is alone, her father isn't there, so she's damn sure that, the leopard would enter for sure, and he is going to kill her at any cost. And then since she was so scared and she had no other option to do, what she did is that she just lit the lanterns and then put it on the wall. And through that lantern, okay, through that light, she was able to see the mud, okay, the floor. It was very dirty, it was full of mud, some of the food grains were lying there. And then she could see the leopard, okay, the leopard. He was putting all his pressure to get in, okay. She could see her the leopard's long nails, okay, the claws, and then the shining teeth, okay. And he was very old leopard. In fact, he was very old, and he could carry a fully grown man, which means he could carry a matured person, and he could kill, okay. He has the ability to kill, and he never leaves any kind of drag mark. Drag mark means any kind of indications. He never leaves any footprints there. So he was very clever. And since that girl, she saw everything about the leopard, and now she's very scared, okay. And as we have the tendency, as we all know, that if someone is going to attack her, if someone is coming to kill you, then we would always try to protect ourselves. We would always try to defend ourselves. We want to escape from that kind of harsh situation. We never invite someone to kill us. We never want ourselves to get killed, okay. So now Amma, the little girl, okay, she is trying to save her life. She is trying to escape from that leopard. Now what she does is that uh, she just gave a glance to another room. She tried to search something there, but she gets nothing. And then high in the roof there was a great beam, okay, and there was a kind of space where her father used to keep some valuable items there, okay. And some kind of food grains were kept there, that they can use during the time of famine or during the time of scarcity of food. That time they can use that, no, in that purpose they have kept few things on that empty space. Now she wants to go there and hide herself, and what she did is that with the help of that wooden bar, she climbs up there till to that empty space, and then she throws that, she threw that wooden bar on the floor. And then the leopard heard that, the crash of the crash sound she heard, that the leopard heard. And what he did is that he got very angry. Now he wants to get in and kill whoever is there. Now what the leopard did is that he's extremely angry, okay, at the moment he's extremely angry, and he put all his weight and force to open the door. And then finally the door, it burst open, okay, it was completely opened. And then the leopard, he got in, and then he began to search for the girl, but he couldn't find it out, since the girl was hiding up on the empty space. And then what happens is that the leopard sat, okay, just below the girl, and the girl, she was here, and the leopard, he came just down there. And then at last the leopard, okay, the leopard, he saw up, and then the girl, she was looking down, and they had a kind of face-to-face encounter. Now what the leopard did is that now he finally got his prey. Now he tries to catch that girl. He's putting all his energy. He was measuring the distance as how to move, okay. And then he jumps up so closely to the girl, as the girl could feel her hot breath, okay. He could see her slow, he could like she could see him so closely. And then due to his weight, the leopard, he falls down. The leopard tries several times to get there, but he fails. And then at last what he did is that leopard made a plan that just by using that kind of techniques is not uh, by using that kind of technique is not going to get her. So he is trying to get another technique, he's trying to put another method to get her. And then at the same time she thinks about her father also. She thinks about her father, that he has already gone for the pilgrims, maybe he is coming back from that religious journey, and he wants her father to stay there only. If he comes home, then obviously that leopard is going to kill him. And next time, as we know that the leopard failed several times, now he went to the roof, okay, and then he went to the roof of the house and he began to tear the roof. Now the girl, she is there on the empty space, and the leopard is just above the girl, and he began to tear the roof to get her, okay. And then at this moment, the girl saw some kind of lanterns, okay, people were shouting. She get to see that kind of things, and then she shouts, okay, and then she calls her father not to come there. She says like, father, father, do not come here, as the leopard is here, she says like that. No, she said like that. And then everybody, okay, the friends that he had, the pilgrims, okay, all those have gone for the pilgrims, the friends that he had, all of them began to shout, some of them screamed, some of them ran away, okay. All were like, they all were very confused, okay. There was a situation of chaos, and then only everybody was running, and then one light, okay, only the one light jogged forward, that means only one light that came forward, and then it was her father, and he shooted the leopard, and the leopard was dead, okay. And then finally all the villagers, they came outside from their houses, okay, and then they celebrated. So, and when the amma, when amma he she came, when amma she came down from that empty space, she was literally shivering, okay, she was having fever. And she also thought that her father was very brave, her father was really very brave, that he finally killed that devil, okay, that devil who has haunted the entire society, who has haunted the entire village, since everyone were very much afraid of that leopard. Finally he's gone. And but she didn't say anything, because she was after all only a girl child, not a son, and therefore though he loved her dearly, a great disappointment to him, okay. At last, what the story says is that she was the only girl child and not a son. Here the narrator, it focuses on son. It talks about she was a kind of great disappointment to him, as we see that they have glorified the victory of her father, how her father killed the devil. Everybody celebrated that victory. Everybody was happy about it. But nobody cared about how Amma she faced the situation, how she tackled the situation. Nobody appreciated her, nobody acknowledged her. So it also talks about the society that we have, the patriarchal society. Okay? If a girl does a good thing, she is never acknowledged, she is never appreciated. If a boy does the same thing, then he is glorified every time. So it talks about the gender differences, it talks about the disappointment about the father, as she was a girl, okay, he was quite disappointed. Instead of him, if she was a boy, okay, then he would have glorified, he would have become happy, like he would have appreciated for her work. But since he was a girl, he wasn't that happy. So it also talks about how a girl is treated in the society back then. And we had that kind of society, the patriarchal society. And still today, we never glorify whatever a girl has done. We never acknowledged. But we glorify if a boy has done a small thing also, but then we need to glorify that. We need to acknowledge, we need to appreciate. But in context to women or in context to girl, we never do that. So it shows that, though she tackled a lot, she handled the situation calmly. She had fought with that leopard for a longer period of time, but nobody sees that. But whatever her father had done, since he was matured, okay, since he was very matured and he had all the ideas, he could, like, he can tackle with that leopard. But since that girl was, she was very little, and the way she had tackled, the credit goes to her. But here, the credit goes to her father. So in this way, it talks about a kind of disappointment for her, and it talks about the society, how the women were treated back then, and the preference to male child. It also shows the preference for the male child. But since today's generation, we do not give that preference, we do not have that kind of gender bias in our society, and we believe in equality, and we should treat, whether it's son or daughter, we should treat them equally. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you like my channel, then please subscribe it.